things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the...
Welcome to the Crypto Lounge. We're a little early.
Game, big game, all game, light game, cash
But
game,
early
blockchain.
is
Whoa,
better than
I don't
late.
really ever buy stocks, man. Haters wanna
Tune
say
in,
I'm in a
share
bubble,
this
man.
page.
Chew 'em up like bubble gum.
We're gonna talk
Just made a
real
meal on my
quick.
pocket change.
Just a little
Wreck about to go and join the huddle
keep
gang.
people up abreast.
Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big
markets
game, all
is
game,
lit
light
right
game, cash
now.
game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy
Markets
stocks,
is
man.
super duper lit
Haters
right
wanna say
now.
I'm in a bubble, man. Chew 'em
And
up like bubble gum. Just made a
time to
meal
make
on my
some
pocket
money,
change.
y'all.
Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started.
So here we go. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Crypto Lounge. It's your boy Crypto Cardo. It's been a while since I did one of these videos. We've been in a bearish market. For all the newcomers to these sessions, bearish market is basically a sinking market or a declining market or a sideways market. And sideways market is just when prices are going pretty much, they not moving up or they not moving down, and that's a bearish signal. Or if the prices are going down and not going up at all, where you're having constant days or hours of declining prices, low volume in the market, then that's what you consider a bearish market. And we've been in that for almost in the entire first quarter of 2018. It's been rough for most investors, but a lot of the investors that held on to their positions or held on to their holdings, those people, either they had a lot of faith and they believe in the technology, or those are the people who were in last year or studied the trends of the market and noticed that it's not going to always be a bullish market. It can't always be a bullish market. And you'll catch a lot of people, haters, they'll be on social media. Y'all still doing Bitcoin? Or y'all, they think this is just some Ponzi scheme type of situation. And a lot of them, that's how they talk themselves out of investing. It's safe for them that way, but at the end of the day, we'll be the people who they'll be smacking themselves when they see our success in the future. So welcome to the Crypto Lounge, y'all. Nothing but winners in this lounge, and if you're in this lounge right now, you're a winner too. So we looking at the crypto market right now. Bitcoin's dominance is around 38.7% of the total market cap, which is $366 billion in the entire market. We've seen lows in the bearish market as low as about 100 billion, less than what we seeing today. So it's still early. We've seen highs as high as $800 billion, and that was in late December. So we're working our way back towards it, 100 billion at a time. So if you're in now, if you held your positions, then you're doing good. If you were thinking about making some type of investment this year, if you go and look at the Dow, if you look at the stocks right now, a lot of stocks are down 2, 3, 4, 5% today. Whereas the crypto market, you'll see a lot of green, 7, 11, 5s, 9, 6% increases in the value of coins. So the question of this video is, are we in a bullish market? Is it time to buy? And the answer, if you ask me, I think it's time to buy. The first quarter is quite over. We're still, we have a half a month left, but the tax season is to an end, and that is, I think, what was keeping the market bearish is the tax seasons. You got a lot of big baller investors in this, and they will use these investments to pay off taxes and things like that. You also had a lot of people when the market was strong in December. A lot of companies jumped out there, put and rushed their company into this field trying to take advantage of the money that was flowing into it. And in the mix, you had some legit companies and you had some non-legit companies. And what ended up happening was it pushed the government towards looking at regulations and things like that. And that also slowed down a lot of investors from investing because they would like to know what the government plans on doing as far as being in control of things. So that was another reason. It was a lot of things going on in the first quarter, and a lot of that stuff has died down. A lot of these companies have now rolled their money back into crypto, and I believe we'll see a good 3, 4, 5 months of bullish activity. Yes, we will see a few bearish moments, but it won't be months long of bearish moments, maybe days to weeks. But we won't be doing a 3 or 4 month bearish thing, I don't think, for a while, for quite some time. And I also think we'll get back to the $800 billion market cap and exceed it to a $1 trillion market cap by the end of 2018. So, yes, time to buy. And if you're new to this, I recommend, if you're going to get in, Bitcoin is good. And you have to get Bitcoin to buy any of the other coins. But take a look at coinmarketcap.com and try to get your hands on some of these top 20s. These top 20s are going to grow your account faster than you can imagine. Especially with gains of 9, 17, 11, 5, and 9%. Whereas Bitcoin is only gained 2% in the 24-hour period. These other coins are gaining 4 or 5. Some of them are gaining 10 times that amount in one 24-hour period. So those are the coins that I would look at. Now, it's hard to say what day and when, what, where, and who, and how. So I can't tell you what coin to buy. I can't tell you when to buy it. That's at your own discretion. But what I can tell you is that these top 20s will be a great investment. And just to back up what I'm telling you guys, I found a video online, so I'm going to play this video for y'all. And this is from CNBC.
Is back in full swing, and it's not just the biggest coins that are surging. Bob Pisani's breaking down the rally in altcoins from the NYSE. Hi, Bob.
Hopefully y'all can hear
You know, it's not just Ripple and Ethereum and Litecoin. We did that yesterday. Even the smaller altcoins have been moving recently. So Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, Neo, Cardano, you don't know them? You should. They all had significant intraday moves up today. Bitcoin Cash was up 15%, Stellar's up 12%, Neo up 6%, Cardano up 1%. This is just today. But since bottoming, these smaller coins have outperformed the bigger guys. So Bitcoin Cash is up 45% since it bottomed April 6th, just a few weeks ago, along with a slew of other cryptocurrencies that did the same thing. Neo, another altcoin with a market cap of almost $5 billion. That's up 59% since bottoming on the same day. Stellar was another altcoin hit by the crypto crush, and it's up 82% from its bottom as well. And finally, Cardano, which...
So as you can see, what they're doing is they're showing you some of these top 20 coins, and from the bottoms that or the floors that they've hit, since those floors that they've hit, they've already gained. Some of them have went up 100% in price from the floor. Some of them have went up 50% in price. And that's what they're showing you here.
This is just as bad as the drop in the bigger names. So there's no real distinguish between the big and the small guys when it comes to who got hit. And when you're dealing with these micro altcoins, as you might call them, it's good to remember that you're not dealing with a lot of liquidity. Bitcoin's Cash's market cap in December, when it hit record highs, was $69 billion. It's $15 billion today, $15 billion. That's only 5% of the roughly $300 billion in market cap of the entire cryptocurrency market. Melissa, it's very important to point that out for liquidity purposes. Back to you.
Absolutely, Bob. Thank you, Bob Pisani at the NYSE. Well, the rally in altcoins aside, our next guest says that Bitcoin is flashing a rare buy sign that is hinting at a huge rally ahead. Dan Moorhead is the CEO of Pantera Capital. He's here on set with us. Dan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
What are you seeing in the charts? What are you seeing out there that makes you think the worst is over?
So Bitcoin's been growing at 165% per year for 6 years that we've been in business. And something that's growing that fast hardly ever gets down below its 200-day moving average. When it does, it's a very good time to buy. It did 5 years ago when we launched our first fund, and it just crossed that earlier in April.
What makes this different from another asset where you might say, crossing below the 200-day moving average is actually a bad thing?
Yeah, so they use, technical traders use these different averages to decide when to get in, but it's amazing that Bitcoin goes up so quickly that when it just gets back to its average, that means it's time to buy again because it's been a vertical line for 8 years.
Dan, congratulations on being an institutional investor who's doing, alternative assets and emerging markets and other things long before you stumbled onto this, but you stumbled very, very early, so you didn't just jump on this train. What's holding back other institutions? You're as well suited to opine on this. You've been running an institutional hedge fund business for a long time.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of credentialization milestones. The biggest one recently is the CME and CBOE doing futures. That helps bring in other investors. I think the last big one is a SEC regulated custodian. So when we launched our first fund, we had all the standard
So
things.
I'm gonna wrap this one up right here.
You don't yet have a regulated custodian. I think that's the last piece.
Charts.
And some.
So that was Dan Moorhead, CEO, and they basically interviewed him. His company's been trading Bitcoin almost since the beginning, and they've seen profits unlike a lot of people who've been in because they've been in for such a long time period. They've seen patterns, they've studied these patterns, and what they're seeing is a 200-day moving average trend. And I'm going to show you how you can pick up on this type of stuff. So we're on tradingview.com. I'm in Ripple right now. Ripple going brazy, y'all. Look at this. Y'all see these past few hours, Ripple's had amazing day today. So if you was holding some Ripple, yeah, pat yourself on the back. All right, let me pull up Bitcoin. BTC. Something slowing my computer down. This junk don't normally run that slow. Let me take this video out and just run a refresh. This computer. Oh, there we go. Let's stay on the page, and we're gonna look at Bitcoin for a hot second. All right, so what Mr. Moorhead is saying is, when you look at these candlestick charts, I'm not sure if he's looking at a 1 day or 1 hour, but because I assume they're looking at the 1 day, they're saying if Bitcoin gets back up to this 200-day moving average, it's a bullish sign that it can go up to its next support level, which I think is, actually this is the next support level, which would be about 9,700 and some change. So Bitcoin gets to that 200-day moving average because it rarely drops below, is what he's saying. His company noticed that it's going to be super, super bullish. Now, this can go either way. So, hey, don't take my advice. I'm just giving you what professionals, I'm trying to break down the professional language into a more simplistic language for you. So, basically, I have these moving averages, these white lines on my candlestick chart. These are moving averages. The closer ones to the candles are the 9 and the 20-day. The 50 and the 200-day moving average is a little further away. And what these do is help show the support and resistance levels based upon moving averages of a certain amount of days. So within 200 days, that this is what that 200-day moving average predicts that the price should have some support or resistance at. Now we'll find out when it gets there. If it has it and it breaks through, we going bullish. If it doesn't, we could be going back bearish. So that's basically what they're saying. So to wrap this video up, great time to buy Bitcoin, great time to buy cryptocurrency. Don't take my advice. Just use it as a tool of research. Always go out and do your own due diligence. Don't just go off what some person tells you to do, because it might not work out for you. And I don't need nobody blaming me, and I don't need that on my conscience. So, but I'm just telling you now, in the game of making money, you're gonna have to take risk, and this is one of those things. So don't risk more than what you can afford to lose. But at the same token, if you want to win, you're gonna have to take some risk out here. You can't win the game and not be playing the game at the same time. So it's your boy Crypto Cardo signing out. Thanks for tuning in to the Crypto Lounge.